A mechanic's gamble. The auction of broken dreams. The HFY bazaar reeked of engine grease and desperation. Jax wiped grime off his goggles, squinting at the hologram flickering above auction row delta. The listing read, derelict vessel, unknown origin. Power core. Inert. Hull. 32% integrity. Perfect. A bid for freedom. Jax's calloused hands trembled as he raised his bid chip. The auctioneer, a tentacled Zephyri with a voice like grinding gears, sneered. Sold. To the human with more rust than sense. The crowd laughed. Jax didn't care. This hunk of junk was his ticket off-world. The ship that wasn't. Hangar 7's doors creaked open. The ship was a jagged metal mound, veined with glowing cracks. Jax frowned. No thrusters. No cockpit. He tapped the hull. It rippled. A low growl shook the hangar. The mound uncoiled, revealing obsidian scales, wings like solar sails, and eyes burning supernova blue. Who dares rouse me? Jax stumbled back. Hi. I'm Jax. I own you now. The dragon's snort singed his shirt. Own? I am Vriss, eater of stars. You reek of coolant and foolishness. Jax gaped. The auction tag still dangled from Vriss's claw. As is. No returns. A pact of fire. Vriss lunged, then froze, circuits under his scales sputtering. Jax spotted the fractured stasis core embedded in his chest. You're dying. I do not die. I dim. Jax grinned. I can fix that. But you don't fry me. Deal? Vriss hissed. Fix me, human, or become ash. The dragon's wrath. The core of chaos. Jax's welding torch sparked against Vriss's fractured stasis core, the glow reflecting off the dragon's razor-sharp teeth. Your hands shake, human. Vriss rumbled, smoke curling from his nostrils. Yeah, because there's a literal dragon judging my soldering, Jax muttered. The core pulsed faintly, its alien circuitry resembling shattered stained glass. Every tweak risked Vriss's wrath, or his death. Bargains and bluster. Why help me? Vriss hissed, his tail slamming into a fuel drum. It exploded, drenching Jax in synthetic oil. Because someone has to. Jax wiped his face, glaring. You're a glorified toaster with scales right now. Fix the core, and you can burn galaxies again. Or stay here and sulk. The dragon's growl shook the hangar, but he lowered his head. Proceed. Slowly. Unwelcome guests. 3 figures materialized at the hangar entrance, Krell bounty hunters, their insectoid armor glinting. The leader's voice buzzed through a translator. Surrender the Draxian. The Void Warlord claims it. Jax froze. Vriss's eyes narrowed. They tracked my energy signature, pathetic leeches. Before Jax could react, the hunters fired. Plasma bolts scared the floor as Vriss roared, unleashing a weak jet of flame. It fizzled out midair. Improvised warfare. Jax dove behind a cargo crate, grabbing a magnetic wrench. You call that fire? He shouted. My core is at 8%. Vriss snapped, ducking behind his wings as shots ricocheted off his scales. Jax scrambled to a console, rerouting power from the hangar's lights. Distract them. The dragon lunged, swiping a claw. Hunters scattered, and Jax slammed the emergency lockdown switch. Heavy shutters crashed down, trapping one hunter's leg. His scream was cut short by Vriss's jaws. The spark of trust. The remaining hunters retreated, calling reinforcements. Vriss panted, circuits flickering. We must flee. Now. Jax stared at the dragon's failing core. You can't even fly. Then make me, Vriss snarled. Jax grabbed salvaged thruster parts, rigging them to Vriss's wings with graphene cables. This'll hurt. He activated the boosters. The dragon shrieked, tearing through the roof into Cassari 5's toxic skies, with Jax clinging to his back. Wings of rebellion. A stormy escape. Acid rain stung Jax's face as they careened through Casseri 5's atmosphere. Vriss's jury-rigged thrusters sputtered, leaving a trail of black smoke. Your repairs are an insult to engineering. Complain after we survive, Jax shouted, gripping a scale. Below, bounty hunter ships ascended like angry hornets. Vriss banked sharply, diving into a methane storm. Lightning crackled around them, masking their heat signature. The dragon's tail, sheltered in a hollow asteroid. Vriss finally spoke. My kin betrayed me. They feared my power and my defiance. His voice softened. The Void Warlord trapped me in stasis, selling me to scavengers. Jax frowned, patching the dragon's wounds with nanogel. So we're both fugitives. Cool. Vriss snorted. You lack survival instincts, says the guy who got sold as scrap. Jax shot back. A colony in flames. A distress signal pierced their comms. A human colony on Lyra 3, under attack by slaver ships. Jax hesitated. We're barely functional. Vriss's eyes blazed. You wish to help them. Then move. They dropped from warp above Lyra 3 to find farms burning. Slaver vessels herded civilians with shock prods. Jax gripped his makeshift blaster. Ideas? Burn them. Vriss growled. Subtler. Let's give 'em a light show. Fire and fury. Jax hacked into the slavers' comms, blaring abandoned ship. Core breach detected. As panic erupted, Vriss swooped low, breathing fire across the slavers' fuel depot. The explosion lit the sky. Survivors fled, and colonists cheered. A girl handed Jax a flower. Sentimentality weakens you, Vriss grumbled, but didn't protest when Jax placed the flower between his horns. A rising threat. As they left Lyra 3, a hologram flickered on their stolen comms. The Void Warlord, a hulking alien with obsidian armor. Return my dragon, human, or watch your species burn. Jax crushed the projector. We need an army. Vriss bared his teeth. No, we need war. The Ghost Fleet. Whispers in the dark. The coordinates led Jax and Vriss to the edge of the Zeta Quadrant, where stardust swirled like phantom snakes around derelict ships. This isn't an armada. It's a graveyard, Jax muttered, steering their stolen slaver vessel through the debris. Vriss's claws dug into the floor. The warlord's trophies, ships he conquered, and crews he slaughtered. A pulse of power. Jax's scanner pinged. There's an energy signature in that dreadnought's husk. They docked, airlock groaning. Inside, corridors were littered with skeletons still clutching weapons. Vriss sniffed a faded insignia. My kin's warriors. Their fire once rivaled mine. Jax pried open a reactor panel and froze. This isn't dead tech. It's asleep. Awakening the storm. Against Vriss's protests, Jax rerouted power. Lights flickered on, and the dreadnought's voice boomed. Rebooting combat protocols. Alarms blared. Shut it down. Vriss roared. Too late. Across the graveyard, hundreds of ships hummed to life, weapons charging. The warlord's hologram appeared, laughing. Fool, you've armed my fleet. Fight or flight. Jax slammed his fist on the console. Override code. There's gotta be a missile streaked toward them. Vriss incinerated it midair. The AI core. Destroy it. Jax hacked into the system. Sweat dripping. Almost. Got it. The fleet's guns turned on them. With a final keystroke, Jax fried the network, but not before 3 warships broke free, now under the warlord's control. A price paid. Back in their ship, Vriss glared. Your curiosity nearly killed us. Jax stared at the dwindling graveyard. But we know his weakness now. Those ships run on your kind's tech. You're the key. The dragon's tail twitched. Then let us turn his weapons against him. Sparks of defiance. Scavengers and soldiers. They docked at Terminus Station, a hive of smugglers and defectors. Jax traded the slaver ship for parts, while Vriss lurked in shadows, melting a would-be thief's pistol. "We need allies," Jax said, eyeing a scurred Krovan mercenary. "We need firepower," Vriss corrected. The crew rises. Zara, a rogue AI housed in a battered maintenance droid, her voice crackling with static. Combat efficiency, 12%. Morale, worse. Kale, a disgraced medic from the warlord's army, his 4 eyes avoiding Vriss's gaze. "I've seen what he does to traitors. Make this worth it." Rook, a Krovan engineer with hydraulic fists, who grunted, "I fight for credits and explosions." Retrofitting a dragon. Jax welded plasma cannons to Vriss's wings, while Zora calibrated targeting systems. "I am not a warship." Vriss snarled as Rook bolted armor to his scales. "Today you are," Jax said. Cal injected nanobites into the dragon's veins. "This itches." The first strike. They ambushed a warlord supply convoy near a black hole. Zara hijacked comms. "Surrender or face." Ah, poetic justice. Vriss tore through hulls, Jax firing grappling hooks to loot supplies. A warlord lieutenant spat. "The dragon dies next." Rook punched him into a cargo crate. Boring speech. Next. Cracks in the armor. That night, Kale confessed to Jax. The warlord's weak point isn't his fleet, it's his pride. Vriss overheard, snorting. "Pride felled empires, even mine." Jax grinned. "Then let's give him a show he'll never forget." Fire in the void. The Battle of Cyrax Prime. The warlord's armada awaited them, a sea of jagged ships. Jax's crew huddled in their retrofitted freighter. Vriss coiled on the hull. "Remember the plan?" Jax asked. Zara peeped. "Chaos. Mayhem. Probability of survival, 3.7%. Dragons and deception." Vriss dove first, breathing fire to draw focus. Warlord fighters swarmed him. "Now," Jax yelled. Rook launched EMP mines, disabling shields. Cal's nanobites infected enemy systems, turning guns inward. Zara shouted, "Eat circuitry, fools," as she hijacked drones. Sacrifice in the stars. The warlord's flagship fired a singularity missile. Vriss roared, "Jax, go," and intercepted the blast. His scales shattered, molten blood floating in 0G. Jax's freighter rammed the flagship's bridge. "For the colonies," he screamed, ejecting as it exploded. Ashes and embers. Adrift in wreckage, Jax clutched Vriss's charred horn. The dragon's voice was faint. "You fought well, for a rodent." Kale stabilized him with syringes. "He'll live." Unfortunately. The warlord's hologram flickered. "This changes nothing." Zara zapped him. Error. Villain.x not found. Legends reborn. A throne of scars. The warlord's fortress burned. Jax stood over his fallen enemy. "You wanted a dragon. You got a revolution." The warlord spat. "They'll replace me. They always do." Vriss crushed his armor. "Let them try." The dragon's choice. Vriss's kin descended, radiant, gold-scaled beings demanding his return. "You are a relic," their leader hissed. Vriss coiled around Jax. "I am free." A new dawn. At Terminus Station, colonies toasted Jax's crew. Kale nursed a drink. "What now?" Rook grinned. "More explosions," Zora chirped, "and system upgrades." Jax looked at Vriss, now sporting the girl's flower epoxy seal to his horn. "We protect the little guys. On our terms." Final scene. As they soared into uncharted space, Vriss rumbled, "Your repairs are still inadequate." Jax laughed. "Yeah? Then teach me dragon engineering." The stars ahead burned brighter than ever.